Morning session. We had the doctor testify. The idea that these are not bullet fragments in her foot, that's done. Forget about it. Those are bullet fragments. Every single person on that jury, if you ask me, believes that it was bullet fragments. How did they get there? That's the question. Kelsey took the stand. He was asked by the prosecutors, I don't know what the prosecutors were doing. If you ask me, it was a fumble this morning because they dealt with a witness who was hostile, not answering their questions, saying that she lied to them about all these statements where she incriminated Tory. And then that fumble was picked up on cross-examination. The defense attorney looks like he's on his way to the house. The defense attorney starts with the immunity piece. Okay, you've got immunity. You're only testifying once you got the immunity. Understood. Then the defense attorney goes into this idea that she's been paid off, and he does a great job of establishing the fact that she never made any statements to prosecutors in all of 2020, all of 2021. This happened in 2020. She only made a statement to prosecutors in September 2022, and the prosecutors are using all this evidence of alleged bribes. That stuff was years ago. So why would she have taken money years ago and then September 2022 not done what she's supposed to do when you take the money, which is lie for Tory? And to be sure, that's like the first 3 minutes of cross, because then we go into gunshot residue. You knew before you sat down with the police officers and gave your testimony that you had gunshot residue on you. Isn't that correct? She said, yes. Defense attorney came back and he used the prosecution's own questions against them. The prosecution had asked, hey, why'd you lie to us? Kelsey said, pressure. Defense attorney, where was the pressure from? Was it from Tory? Nope. Was it from anyone on Tory's team? Nope. Was it from the defense team? Nope. Was it from the prosecution? Yes. That type of sequence of questioning sits in a person's mind and goes, gee, I'm in a courtroom of law. It certainly seems like one side is winning. A lot more happened this morning. I'm talking about just a lot. The prosecution was straight up planting the seeds because I think there's a juror there that they don't like and they're trying to get rid of him. There was an issue about the prosecution springing defense evidence. They're just like throwing, oh, hey, we got this text message. I just found it in my back pocket. I'm going to use it. And the defense attorney was going nuts. The gloves are off at this point. There's a lot of cordiality. There's a lot of decorum. People follow the rules. Nobody acts out. But the attorneys on both sides now, when it comes to like, hey, can we get by with this? Like, no. I'm not okay with that. And, you know, they're saying stuff kind of out of order, out of turn. People are starting to feel that trial pressure. That's how it goes. Nothing is decided. Everything is an open game. You got to be on your P's and Q's when you're taking it to trial. Morning session. We had the doctor testify. All right, subscriber only post. I'm going to do two. Here's the first one. So the first one, let me catch you up on what happened in court prior to Kelsey taking the stand, prior to the doctor taking the stand. So the defense brought up a couple of issues where he feels like he's being treated unfairly by the prosecutors. First, as a just housekeeping, let me also tell you this. The defense called back one of the police officers. He said, hey, this police officer is one of the prosecution's witnesses. I want on the record that he needs to be back here on Monday. I don't know why he wants to call back, but it's interesting because it tells you that the defense is definitely going to put on a case. A lot of times, sometimes the prosecution puts on their case, the defense rests, it goes to the jury. In this case, the defense is definitely going to put on a case. They'll probably have tons of witnesses. We're hearing Kylie Jenner, Corey Gamble. Tory might even go ahead and take the stand and testify. Then the defense was getting into this issue that they keep turning over discovery late. All the discovery and the witnesses, anything that you plan on introducing in trial has to be done 30 days in advance. That was not done here. And so the defense's point is this is unfair. You can't spring this stuff on me at this point. That's my Indian food. You also get to see that as part of the subscription option. And, you know, the judge basically said, look, I'm going to allow them to use this stuff. It's like an Instagram post. This detective who downloaded it from Instagram. He's going to testify and introduce the post. The judge is like, look, it was late, but I'm going to allow them to use it. I'll give you extra time if you need extra time to prepare. But a trial is a search for the truth, and I'm not going to deny them. Obviously, the judge is very pissed at Kelsey, you know, just kind of being all over the place, lying, complicating the hell out of the trial. So he's going to let people ask her as many questions for as long as he wants. All right, subscriber only post. I'm going to do two. Here's the first one. So the first one, let me catch you up. So IG is glitching. I definitely did the subscriber only post the right way, but it went to the main page. It actually deleted the subscription because there was a glitch on my account for a second. I couldn't even see it. It looked like a lot of people have subscribed. It looked like they all disappeared. I had to restart, delete, reinstall. But anyway, look at the comments on my subscriber only post that ended up going posted onto my main feed. Who's gonna tell him? None of y'all say nothing. I want to tell bro, he still ain't do it, but I need to hear his videos. Listen. It's It's $2.99 for the subscription. I'm gonna get this shit figured out, and there's gonna be a lot of subscription-only posts because y'all know I'm about being fair, honest, and so there's gonna be a lot of subscription-only posts. I still haven't figured out. IG keeps glitching on me every time. I've done 2 now where I've tried to do it as subscription-only, and it just went to the main page. I also recorded one that I told you I think it's just too spicy. We gotta wait until the trial's over. But yeah, man. You know, a lot of people show me a lot of love. I've never felt more love than when people throw some coins at me. Welcome to America. As far as IG, everybody who subscribed, everybody who showed support, everybody said, give that man his coins. He's been giving us information for years. Thank you. So IG is glitching. I definitely did the subscriber-only post the right way, but testifying. We're on a 15-minute break. This has to be quick. The key moment of her testimony, I think, has to come down to when the defense attorney elicited testimony from her suggesting that there was a physical altercation between her and Meg. Kelsey seemed very hesitant answering these questions, like she didn't want to say. However, she then said, hey, we both got out of the car. You will remember Meg testified that Meg got out of the car. She does not know where Kelsey was. Kelsey was on the passenger side, and that she turned around and she saw Tory shooting at her. Kelsey testified that this part she remembers. She and Meg both got out of the car, and that there was a physical altercation. Kelsey described it as a bump. The defense attorney was like, really? You guys are super drunk? You just got into a yelling match with her over the fact that she was hooking up with Tory without you knowing. You also mentioned to her that this wasn't the first time she betrayed you like that. She had done it with one other guy. Interestingly, the defense had said it was Ben Simmons and DaBaby. Kelsey said, I only named one name. She didn't confirm if it was Ben Simmons or DaBaby. And the defense attorney's like, so after all that, you guys both get out of the car, and all that happened between the two of you was a bump? I'll tell you, I don't think anybody in the room believes that the only thing that happened between Meg and Kelsey that night as far as a physical altercation is a bump, especially not when the rest of the testimony confirmed that other than discussing how she's going to be moving out of the Airbnb that she was staying at with Meg and she's going to be going somewhere else, other than a brief communication about her living arrangement, the two of them have not spoken. They have not called each other on the phone. They have not met in person. They do not. I watched Kelsey Harris testify for 2 full days. I watched her struggle and hesitate and take abnormally long pauses when she did not want to answer questions. I watched her respond, oh, it was confusing, it was blurry, I don't know, I don't remember, when she didn't want to answer questions. I also saw her answer some questions in the morning session very confidently, very believably. But there was one question that she answered that when she gave the answer, I felt like I was seeing the real, authentic Kelsey Harris, a person I was having a conversation with at a coffee shop like a friend, not somebody testifying on the trial. The question was this. They asked her, did you hear someone yell, dance bitch? She said, now where did that come from? Those words that loom so large over this trial, the fact that the prosecution claims, Meg claims, that that Tory yelled, dance bitch, and pointed a gun at her. Kelsey Harris said, now where did that come from? She didn't just say, no, I didn't hear it. She said, where did that come from? And she said it in a very authentic manner, like she, for the life of her, cannot figure out where in the hell that came.